Hello, my little fellows and my fairy maidens. How are you? And how are you, wonderful moms? Hello to all. So, how are you all doing? Enjoyed your weekend? And were you good to your parents and the needy ones? Remember our motto? So, what else is happening? How did the exams go? So let's get started with a new story. The story is about this cute little boy, Oliver Twist. Now, when he was a little baby, he was left alone because his mother had died. So he was brought to an orphanage where this nasty man was in charge. And he looked after the orphanage and the workhouse. Now, orphanage is where children without parents, जिनके parents नहीं होते, वो वहाँ रहते हैं. Workhouse भी गरीब लोगों के लिए होता है, orphanages के लिए, orphans के लिए होता है, और उन लोगों के लिए जिनके पास कोई family, घर, कुछ नहीं होता. And they don't have any job, so they have no money. So he was in charge, but he was a mean old nasty man. Now when Oliver was brought to him by a lady, he was wrapped in a sheet, and when he put him in a crib, उसकी अंदर से sheet के अंदर से golden locket निकला, वो उसने फौरन छुपा लिया. खुश हो गया, उसकी आंखों में चमक आ गई लालच से. एंड देन उसमें क्या था लिखा हुआ, तो उसने लॉकेट को खोला तो उसके अंदर एग्नेस, AGNES, अब हमें बाद में पता चलेगा हु वाज एग्नेस. ठीक है, वो उसने छुपा लिया और ओलिवर 10 years के लिए ऑर्फनेज में रहा और वर्क हाउस में रहा. ठीक है, सो दैट्स हाउ लाइफ वॉज वेरी टफ फॉर हिम because this guy would give them food very little, बहुत छोटे अमाउंट में देता था, और अगर कोई उससे सेकेंड हेल्पिंग मांगता था तो वो उसकी इतनी पिटाई करता था कि किसी में हिम्मत नहीं हुई. लेकिन ये लोग they got so hungry कि एक दिन ओलिवर ने हिम्मत करके, क्योंकि इसकी टर्न थी जाके, he said, "Oh, Miss Beadle, can I have a little more soup?" "What did you say?" "I said, can I have a little more soup?" "How dare you!" And he beat him up like crazy. And he was so angry that he reported him to the higher people, and they decided that Oliver was very greedy and was not obeying their rules, so he should be sent somewhere. So he was sold. They got money by selling him to a carpenter. Now this carpenter was not a very nice man either, but he said, "Okay, Oliver, you're going to be here and learn how to make furniture, tables and chairs. I have people who will teach you, and you better obey the timings, and you better be a quick learner. Okay? Otherwise, I don't need you here." Oliver didn't know anything about making furniture. He was just 10 years old, and he was starving all the time, and he was skinny, as you can see. He was so skinny, right? Now, okay, but now the people working in that workshop did not want their wages or their food, or they didn't want to share their room with Oliver. So she reported again. She said, oh master, Oliver hurt Henry when he was working, and he's hurting, he can't get up. He's a mean boy. You should send him away. He's not good. And Oliver is trying to say, Sir, I did not. And the carpenter refused to listen to him. Now Oliver didn't know what to do, right? He didn't know what to do. But then he had a nightmare at night. Oh my God. And he saw they have lit a fire, and the carpenter and in charge of the orphanage, they are trying to throw him into fire just because he had asked for more food. He woke up. He was sweating. He was scared. He picked up his few belongings, जो उसके पास थोड़ी सी चीजें थी. He wrapped them up and ran out of the house quietly. Now he didn't know where to go. Then he saw a board saying, what did it say? It said, just a second please. It said, London 62 miles. Oh, then he decided he should go to London. He had nowhere to go. So he walked and walked and walked and slept wherever he could, and walked and walked and walked. Then he found some fruits or vegetables on the way, and he ate them and walked 62 miles. He was exhausted. He's a tiny little boy. He was exhausted to death. So he reached the streets of London. He could guess from the streets and the lights and the houses and a market, and he went and sat there. There he was wondering what to do. He had stopped at a bakery, but the baker had shooed him away. Go away if you don't have money. No buns for you. Oh, no hot buns for you. Oh my God. He didn't know where to get food from. He didn't know where to get a bed from. So he was sitting quietly with his head down like this. And then suddenly somebody ordered him an apple. Oh my God, his eyes bright. Oh, but he was scared to pick it up. Oh, I am Artful Torture. Come on, this is on me. Eat this apple. So, thank you. And he ate so hungrily, he just swallowed it up. And he thanked Artful Torture again. So your name is Artful Torture. Oh, thank you so much. Come. Do you have any place? Have you run away from somewhere? Oliver just nodded his head. I have a man who can give you bed and food and home without taking anything from you. So Oliver had no choice, because he was the only kind person around. So he followed, and they went to a very secretive, dark, quiet corner of London where there was a building. And then Artful Torture knocked, and he said, well, I have business here. Now, there was a very scary security guard there, and he let them in, but he said, who's this boy with you? And Artful Torture, well, he will do business. Don't you worry, he's with me. This is Oliver. So Artful Torture and Oliver went inside, and there Artful Torture introduced him to Mr. Faggins. He was happy because he would be useful to him, because Artful Torture told him he was a runaway boy and he had nowhere to go. You look hungry, Chai. First have your food. And as he turned around, Oliver, he saw on a table there was a stack of wallets. उसने देखा कि एक मेज पे wallets ही wallets पड़े. Now, Mr. Fagin realized that he was wondering, this boy was wondering, where did those wallets? Oh, we make those wallets here. That's what we do and sell. Oh, we must put away the wallets. Come on, Nancy, get him some proper meal. Poor child, he's starving. Thank you, Mr. Fagin. Mr. Fagin had a very meaningful smile on his face. And then Nancy, who was also working there, she brought him food. Here you are, young fellow. Why don't you sit down here? And she gave him a proper meal. And in years, Oliver had never had such a complete meal. he was so thankful and so tired that while eating the last bit of food, he was about to drop to sleep. Now Fagin called his fellow and told him, "Okay, we must get him started tomorrow. Take him with you, and he must do business so quickly. Well, then he's no use for me. We'll have to turn him out. He has to join you." So the next morning, you can imagine, let's see what happens. Now, Oliver, Artful Dodger, and one or two more boys, yes, and this man, right? They were sent to go and pick pocket लोगों की pockets में से उनके पैसे और wallets चुराने के लिए. तो ये अब जब गए तो वहाँ मार्केट में उन्होंने देखा कि there was this gentleman, he was buying some books. This gentleman was buying some books from a bookseller, bookshop owner. They seemed very nice people. Now, and his name is Brownlow, Mr. Brownlow, and this is Mr. Collins, who's the shop owner. Let's see what part they play in this story. So what happens is, now, while he is busy reading books, Artful Dodger very cleverly came behind him, gave him a smile. So Mr. Brownlow did not suspect anything. He also picked up a book, and then when Mr. Brown was looking at the book, what Artful Dodger did, he slid his hand into his pocket and took out the wallet. And now while he was doing this, the bookshop owner, Mr. Collins, saw him doing that. He shouted, "Thief! Thief! Run!" But Artful Dodger and his friend were very clever. They ran so fast. And poor Oliver was in shock. Oh, this was the business they did. They stole. They were thieves. They were robbers. They were evil people. Oh my God, what am I going to do? So, but he had nowhere to go. He felt scared because a lot of people, because Mr. Collins had called thief, thief, thief. So everybody started running towards who? Towards the boys who were running away. But Artful Dodger and the other man, they ran away, and Oliver was slow. He didn't know what to do, and he had not stolen. Then came a constable, and he grabbed. "I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Oh, we'll see what happens to you once you go in front of the magistrate and he sends you for 7 years in the prison." "Why 7 years at the prison? He's a small boy and he's saying he did not steal. He does not have my wallet. You've checked him." "No, he will go." And the constable took him to the court where there was a magistrate sitting. Magistrate is like a local judge. He was sitting and he would listen to the cases and then decide. Now here was poor Oliver Twist, and he was facing the magistrate. So, "Constable, you got him, you arrested him from the side." "Yes, sir," he said, "I arrested him. People were running after him, calling thief, thief. He has stolen money from a gentleman." "Oh, okay. So, and well, are you sure?" "Yes, but I did not." "Stop it. You were caught. And everybody suspected you. You were caught at the side. So I pronounce you," as he was saying this, in came who? Guess who plays an important... Yes, your guess was right. Absolutely right. In came who? In came Mr. Brownlow. And he said, Magistrate, as he's telling you, he did not steal. He did not steal. Well, how dare you interfere in the court of law and interfere the ways of the office of the law? How? But sir, he did not steal. And then who came next to help him out? Let's see who came next to help him out. There he is. Who's this? Yes, the book owner, Mr. Collins. Sir, he's not the thief. I saw the thief myself. I saw the boy who stole the wallet from Mr. Brownlow's pocket, and he ran away and left Oliver behind. He's not the thief. Now the magistrate said, Constable, did you not say that you caught him from the site where the thievery was taking place, jahan chori ho rahi thi? Yes, sir. But did you see him stealing? No, sir. Oh, so then, okay, Oliver, since you were not caught stealing yourself, you were not caught red-handed, aapko chori karte hue nahi pakda gaya tha, so I pronounce you innocent and you're released. Oh, Oliver couldn't believe his ears and his luck. He was wondering where to go. When then Mr. Brownlow came to his rescue. Well, Oliver Twist, he seemed so innocent, and something about him reminded him of someone. He said, Young man, you are Oliver, right? So will you come and stay in my place till we can figure out what we can do? Yes, sir, that'll be so kind of you. So off he went with Mr. Brownlow to his home, a lavish, beautiful mansion, and in his carriage. And there he was put in a nice room. He was given a lot of food by the housekeeper. Hoo-hoo. Okay. Now, housekeeper's name was Jenny. Jenny, you better look after this little boy. He's so delicate. Seems he has been starved over the years. Please look after him. Give him good food. So, and Oliver Twist was so happy with him because he was kept comfortable by Mr. Brownlow and by the housekeeper. They were very kind to him. So now, quite a few weeks passed by, and they almost became friends because Oliver was a very bright boy. तो जी फिर एक दिन इन्होंने क्या decide किया कि he gave some money to Oliver and gave him some books to return them to the bookshop to Mr. Collins. Oh, I'm so happy to be of use to you, sir. You have been so kind to me. So he picked up the books and the money and left home after a few weeks. Now little did he know, old Mr. Brownlow, that Fagins and his man were waiting outside for him. Even Nancy, and that nasty man of Fagins also. There he is. So they were all waiting for him. Where? Behind. And then they saw. What did they saw when Artful Dodger told them that Oliver had finally left the house? And they followed him. He went to the bookshop, and as he was returning, this man, Fagin, and Nancy got hold of him, muzzled his mouth, plugged his mouth, and he could not say. And when people saw that a child was being, he's angry with us. Fagin told those people to explain, oh, he's angry with us because he wanted me to buy him good new shoes for Christmas. Well, today we go back for dinner, I'll buy him new shoes tomorrow. Oh, so people ignored because कोई भी किसी के मामले में ज़्यादा नहीं करता. अब इधर Mr. Brownlow and the housekeeper were wondering where had she gone, where had Oliver gone. Now, he told his house, Jenny, I'm very curious. I really want to find out about this boy. Where is he from? Who are his parents? Is he from London? Whose child is he? The housekeeper, I'm surprised, sir. He's an orphan. And he's not from here. He's from Blackford. An orphanage from Blackford. So why are you so curious? Then he took his housekeeper Jenny to the wall where he had his family photographs. Now Jenny, look at this face in the portrait. Oh, sir, who is this? Oliver looks exactly like her. He could be her son. That's what I mean. That's why I'm curious. But there should be a locket with him. Oh, who's this? She's my cousin Agnes. Now you know whose locket it was and whose son is Oliver. So Mr. Brownlow has guessed it right, but he has to find the locket to confirm because they look alike, the mother and the son. See, here in the picture is Agnes, and see, they look like mother and son. Yoo-hoo! And then, now let's see what happens. Now, tell me, where is our little hero, our Oliver Twist? He is in Fagin's home, and now Fagin makes sure that he makes him a thief, so he has another worker for himself. So he says, you have to come with me, otherwise you will be killed and punished badly. So he took him to a big house in the middle of the night to rob that home. And then they crossed over the wall, and he helped him also cross over the wall. Now when he came near the door, he told Oliver, what you have to do is, you have to do what? You have to climb the window and go in and open the door. Oh, Oliver Twist had never done anything of the kind. He was petrified. But he did. He had to climb with the help of Fagin and jump in. And then he opened the door. Now when it was all dark, there was some light coming from one corner of the house. As he entered, oopsie daisy, Fagin walked a vase. So there was a lot of noise because he had knocked off a vase, a guldan, and it broke. Who's there? Who's there? There were voices coming from that corner of the house, and they started running. But now Fagin ran real fast, and as usual, Oliver couldn't run that fast, and he couldn't climb the wall. Fagin ran away, and now Oliver fell as he was trying to climb the wall, and he fell and broke his arm. Oh my God. Oh. So now this lady over here, she came, Miss Rose. Now this house belonged to Miss Rose. She came and she was a kind-hearted woman. She saw a child who was so weak and delicate and innocent looking. She took Oliver inside and asked her staff to feed him and asked him who he was. He told her his story. Oh, really? But that next night there was a knock on the door. And guess who was there? It was Nancy. Oopsie daisy, it was Nancy. Nancy told Miss Rose, "This is about Oliver. Please do come to the bridge at midnight, and I'll give you information regarding Oliver." Miss Rose was surprised. She said, "All right." Now, Oliver had told her that he had been saved by who? Yes, Mr. Brownlow. "Oh, he's my family friend. I can. Hello, Huma Khurram. Well, we are more than halfway through the story. Welcome. And there, Nancy left, and now she said, "I'll talk to Brownlow." And then she immediately took a carriage and went to Mr. Brownlow and told him what she had learned from Nancy. "Okay, I'll go to the bridge and figure out what's happening." And then at night, dong, 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 ding, dong, and he met Nancy at the bridge. "Yes, Miss Nancy." She told him that Fagin has sent in man to Blackford to get a locket. I don't know what's that about. And he is keeping an eye on Oliver, and if he steps out anywhere, he will be caught. And he is bent upon making him a thief. "Oh, thank you, Nancy. Thank you." And he went home, and then he told Miss Rose to take good care of Oliver and not let him out. Now he was determined. Now when he heard about the locket, he knew that this was Agnes's son, his cousin, and Miss Rose's sister's son. Now he called who? The beadle of the workhouse and the orphanage, who had treated him and sold him badly. And then he got Fagins. He called him and took, "Hey, was there a locket on this baby when he was brought to you?" Yes, sir, here is it." "You wicked man, you stole this gold locket because it was his identity. Well, you will be sent." "Sir, I will not do it again. I'm so sorry." "No, you will be sent to the jail." And he was sent to the jail. So what goes around comes around. If you do bad things are going to eventually happen and punish you. And now Mr. Fagins was called. "Why were you turning this boy into a thief, and you've hurt him so badly you wanted to?" "Oh, he's my brother, sir. And my father said, out of all the brothers, anyone who broke the law, his share will go to the other brothers. So I wanted to turn him into a thief." "You are telling utter nonsense, and you are running a gang of thieves. I have seen it, I've heard it, and I have reports. So there you go to the jail too." So he was sent to the prison. Now the world is a better place. London is a better place. So now Oliver was safe, and he was with Miss Nancy. And then Mr. Brownlow called Nancy and Oliver Twist, and he told Nancy, he showed her the locket, and it said Agnes, and he told Nancy, he told Miss Rose, "Well, Miss Rose, you're so lucky. Yeah, you found your nephew, and this is Agnes, your sister's son. Oh, how lovely, how wonderful. This is like, you're my son, you're my nephew, you're my sister's son. I've been looking for you. Oh, I'm so lucky. Thank you, Mr. Brownlow." "Well, he's such a good boy and brave boy. I want to give him more. I want to give him a family. Oliver Twist, if you allow me, I would like to adopt you as my son. Would it be okay with you?" "Oh, yes, I would love it very much, very much. I can get to read books and look after you too." I love you. I love your home. I love you, Miss Rose. Oh, you're so kind. Very good. Well done. What happened to Fagin? And now Oliver Twist was a sensitive, kind boy. He asked him, what happens to Fagin and the Beadley? Well, they have been sentenced to prison for 15 years and all of the gang of thieves. Sir, please, can you do me a favor? You say I have a lot of wealth I have inherited. Can you send some money? Spend some money and send those children from the gang of Fagin to school and use my money for their schooling. And please, I'll be very grateful. I don't want you to hurt them. They'll become very good. I am so proud of you, young man. Well, I'll do exactly as you do say. You're kind and generous. And I'm sure when I put them to good schools, they'll turn out to be kind and generous and smart as you are. They hugged each other, and those orphans from the workhouse and from the gang of thieves were sent to schools thanks to Oliver, because he knew how kids suffered when they did not have home, nowhere to go, no education. So education is so important, and he lived happily ever after with Mr. Brownlow and became a big man. He had become rich and his aunt loved him. They lived happily ever after. Hello Zainab, where were you all? Yeah, lovely to have you, Huma and Zainab Asif. Thank you for joining in. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you missed the story, you can always listen to it again, and I'll be downloading it on YouTube soon. So, Assalamu alaikum, Zainab. Thank you so much. You're always kind. You're always so nice. Thank you. I'm doing good. How about you? How about you, Zainab? How are you doing? I hope you are telling other people, and if you go on YouTube and even on Ladies Fair and you listen to my stories, kindly click the button of the like and share and subscribe. I'll be very good. I'll be very grateful to you. So my little children, I'm glad you were here and you enjoyed the story. And our motto is, be good to your parents, help them and help the poor and needy. Yes, good to see you, Zainab Asif. Where are the rest of the ladies and the children? Yeah, I look forward to this Sunday evening always. So, what's happening? Is there any particular kind of story you would like me to read for you, Zainab and Huma? I guess you've left. So, okay, Khuda Hafiz. Thank you so much. Khuda Hafiz.